There's our sink. Apron sink from 1936. So it's 2 years younger than this house. So it's spot on. We're going to get a sink.
Since we bought an old historic house that was built in 1934 in a heritage district, we wanted to do our best to preserve this old gem. Instead of modernizing it, we wanted to maintain the time period throughout the house as much as we could. So how did we accomplish that? Facebook Marketplace. Well, that's where we started. And that's where we still continue to go to look for old antiques and historical things.
We're gonna go to get a beautiful, wonderful farmhouse apron sink. You don't have to do that.
It's a hippie.
You don't have to do that.
Okay, what?
We're going to pick up I have been looking for the perfect sink for our house because it's a 1934 house. I wanted to have one of those old apron sinks. So I've been looking online every single day on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist for months. I just found one today that was a reasonable price range. And we're going to get it. It looks like we're heading into a storm.
Kind of cool.
Yep.
It's been sunny and nice the whole time, except for now.
Maybe it'll get better.
Woohoo!
So we are on our way to Oklahoma. Well, we're in Oklahoma now, so.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, we passed the sign when I think you were sleeping.
Oh.
But we're driving over 3 hours each way just to get a sink. That's how important it is for this house.
Wow.
Yes, so one of the first things that we found to purchase was an old antique cast iron sink for our kitchen. And some of you may be more familiar with them being called old farmhouse sinks as well.
Yeah, this is a way better route than the other route we normally go. Huh?
Oh yeah. If we have to, we might maybe back the car up. I might just do that. Today is a really awesome day. If you look around, this is the progress we've made. So obviously all the drywall insulation is gone. We're going to have a lot of the wires redone, make sure it's up to code, put new insulation in drywall, but first we're going to frame this house out. So a lot of this wood framing is going to be taken out because a lot of it's bowed through the years and damaged and rotten. The other good news is we picked up our sink yesterday for the kitchen, so it's out here. The garage is a work in progress. It's actually organized chaos right now, so it's not as bad as it looks. You can see I stacked stuff everywhere. I got to figure out where to put a lot of it, but it's coming together. There's our sink. Apron sink from 1936, so it's 2 years younger than this house, so it's spot on with what we need. And that's where the kitchen sink is going to go. It's going to redo these walls here, build it like it is now, but it's going to be nice. And this is all going to be taken out here, and it's going to be one bathroom all the way up to me. And this wall here is going to be removed, so it'll be one room between these two, the kitchen and the living room. It's going to be nice.
The sink was dated June 29, 1936, which was only 2 years after our house was built. You could clearly see the date that was stamped in the bottom of the sink, and that it was made in the United States of America by Standard Sanitary Manufacturing Company in Louisville, or Louisville, or however you say that. And it even shows the dimensions of 60 by 25, and there's even a patent number on it. This was a single basin with a double drainboard cast iron sink with porcelain over it, which we later had refinished by a local company. I know that there are some sinks that come with one drain board, but I really enjoy having two drain boards because on one side I can dry my dishes and the other side I can use to also prep food and wash vegetables and sort them on the other side. Kind of helps when you're still living in a construction zone and you don't have a lot of space to prepare your foods. We also found some antique gems from our neighbors who also have historic homes, which are even much older than ours. We have been gifted with old original beadboard and even shiplap from an old garage that was going to be demolished, and some other items that we were able to salvage from many of our neighbors. We've got so much more to share in upcoming videos about those really awesome finds.
We got the fellas here tearing it up.
Look at the banjo in that.
I'm draining this swamp.
All right, so we are finally going to be getting into the framing. Now that it's exposed, we can start working on it. We did end up hiring some contractors to do the framing for us, as this is just work that we are not experienced to do ourselves. They actually had to wait until we got our building permit from the city to begin working for us. Once we finally got it, the framing fun began.
Here we go.
Yeah, Joe.
You're a good quarter now.
Can you get it any further, Jake? Oh!
You rolled back in.
Hang on.
We have a
Oh, no.
it's coming together real good.
They didn't have all that out.
And I removed this wall over
You gotta remember
here.
when this house was built, bro, they weren't hauling lumber everywhere.
That's true.
So in our previous videos, I mentioned that when the plywood went down as temporary flooring, that meant the foundation underneath it was all finished. Well, now here we are, pulling it all up again. We just keep taking 2 steps forward and then 2 steps backwards. In order for the contractors to redo the floor frame, they had to repair the floor joists that were not properly done by the previous contractors.
Last of our floor.
Yeah, my dear.
You know what I mean?
My freedom was heard of plumber's bill once.
All right. A lot has been accomplished in the last few days. We tore this wall out right here and then removed the rest of that original flooring that was covering that middle beam there. So now it's open, and I want to tear out some of this mound here. I did this side already. I'll probably take some more out of there. This mound, because they dug up to it, but since the floor was covering, they left the stuff below the beam. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out, and then probably do some more in the kitchen area. So.
And just when we thought excavating was behind us, Nate had to dig some more. Poor guy.
There we go. Cleared it out. Took it down quite a bit. And now I'm going to go out here and work in the kitchen. So I dug down pretty deep. This part so I can put a bucket in here with a sump pump until we get the foundation fixed so that no more water comes in. This is clay. It's very, very, very difficult to work with, and especially when it's wet. So look at this. I had to use these gloves here by hand and scoop this out. I mean, you can't, like, you get a shovel in there, and then the shovel just like, it's like quicksand. It won't let it loose. It's hard to get air to underneath the shovel to separate it. It's like glue. So this is all mush, and it's much easier to work with when it's dry or a little bit moist.
If you want to read more about this journey and see additional photos and more information, check out our blog, journeydowntheroad.com. You can also pick up a free small space living guide there. If you are enjoying this content and want to see more of our progress ahead, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to like this video. Thanks for joining us on this journey. To see more adventures on our tiny fixer-upper journey, click on the screen to check out those videos next.
Help, I can't get into my kitchen. Is this the door?
Remember, you can't talk like that. You're an adult.
Help, I can't get into my own kitchen. This is how the house looks like right now, and we're moving in 2 weeks.